Hello, and welcome to Warhammer 40,000, Eternal Crusade, a game that just came out on Steam Early Access. It's $40. It's been in development for a while. I don't really know how long, I guess. It's a shooter. It's going to eventually be something like PlanetSide, an MMO, as they say. It's technically an MMO. It's massively multiplayer online experience of some sort. It takes place in the Warhammer 40,000 universe. You can play as Space Marines, Chaos Space Marines, and those are the two current teams you can play as right now. But eventually there'll be Eldar and Orcs. Orcs are big green monster people, and Eldar are basically space elves, or kind of like, they're like a dying race of space elves that are incredibly technologically advanced. Orcs are just monster people with guns and stuff, and chainswords, big choppas, silly guns, not very bright. The game just got on early access, as I said, today. I think today, or last night at 12 or whatever. It's made by a company called Behavior Interactive, or at least that's who's developing it. I'm getting my rhino stuck right here. Jesus, fucking rhino. It's a chaos rhino. You can tell because it has spikes. And here I come up behind Ultramarine Apothecary and teach him a lesson about manners, chaos manners. The game is horribly imbalanced currently, but that's okay because it's an alpha. The graphics are, hit and miss. Sometimes it's really good, like on the actual Space Marines, it looks great. There's a really, really high polygon count on the Space Marines. I think they look fantastic. It's all unfinished though. The Space Marines, the environments, the sky, everything is an alpha, so it's here to change, not here to stay. Melee is really powerful. It has some problems. When you attack someone with a melee weapon and they also attack you at the same time, you get into kind of a parry match where you keep parrying each other's attacks until one of you runs out of stamina. Which is, well, stamina is like stamina in every other game. Of course, it doesn't go away when you run, which is really helpful. Wouldn't make sense lore-wise for a Space Marine. Space Marines don't tend to get very tired, even in that hulking armor they wear. The game, the people that have been supporting the game by buying the Founders Packs, which were previously available until now, I don't think you can get them anymore, they were a little concerned about it getting on early access. It's just kind of a thing that a lot of the supporters of the game were wondering about how it would be received by the Steam community, because it doesn't run very well at all right now, even on really high-end systems. I have a 970, and this is how well it runs at 1080p, and I don't believe it's on max graphics right now. It doesn't run really higher than 30 frames per second on most systems, unless you really take down, unless you really take down the settings for the game, the graphical settings. Even be prepared to lower your resolution, not just the settings. You might get away with just a resolution change, but the post-processing effects, you're gonna want to turn those down, because those are the biggest, pretty much the biggest hog of your system. Because this game is nowhere near optimized. It's an alpha, as I've said. It's still really fun, and you still get to play as a Space Marine, and it's still somewhat satisfying from time to time. It's gonna feel unfair a lot when you first start. It's not gonna feel like a fair game. It's not gonna be like, oh, he killed me because he was better than me. It's gonna feel more like I was in the wrong place. I spawned in the wrong place. You can spawn and immediately be shot due to the level balance of the levels. The levels are nowhere near balanced. There's three, I think 3 levels. Might be 4, but I'm pretty sure we're at 3 right now. But the game will be an open world style game, with some minor caveats to that, which if you go watch the behavior stream for this game, you can watch it on Twitch or on YouTube, I think. They've gotten into that in the past. I think the episode before last, they talk about, or the episode before that, they talk about how the open world aspects will work in this game, and how open world it'll really be. It's going to be sectioned off, is what they're talking about. But they're, they're not positive on that, because that sounds kind of ridiculous. That's just me saying that. The game is, I'm pretty sure it's, I don't know if it's rating pending, but I think it's going to be mature or teen. I always get grumpy when a Warhammer 40k game isn't rated mature or higher even, because Warhammer 40k and Warhammer Fantasy, the other respective universe from Games Workshop, are horribly brutal, grim dark universes. And they should be fucking brutal, honestly. They should just be fucking brutal. The game is fun, though. It's fun. It doesn't run well, but it's fun. From time to time, you'll have fun playing this game, especially when it's running well. Occasionally, the game will run well. Occasionally, the game won't run well. I can't figure out why exactly that is. It could be certain levels. It could be different parts of certain levels. It could be the server. It could be all sorts of reasons, but I'm sure they'll hammer that out pretty well before this, things go on, because that's going to be probably a big concern for the developers now that it's on Steam. They're going to find their objectives have changed. What needs to be better now. Of course, I don't know what they'll do. Really, I can't really say. Who knows? The future will tell whether or not they'll work on optimization or just more content for now. One thing I do know is they need to fix the heavy bolter, because it's terrible. The heavy bolter is horrible in almost every way. It doesn't do that much more damage than a regular bolter. It's horribly inaccurate. If you get shot while holding it, your accuracy just falls just so high that you can't hit anything, and you might as well get in cover. And because you're holding a heavy bolter, you're slower. You can still run with a heavy bolter, so you can still maintain the same speed, but when you're just walking around like I am with this character, you can see it is slower. But when you're running like this, then it's fine. But you can't roll while holding a heavy weapon like a plasma cannon or a heavy bolter. Anyway, that's that for Warhammer 40,000 Eternal Crusade for now. It's available on Steam for $40. You might want to give it a try, especially if you're a Warhammer fan. And I think that's it. Alright, thanks for watching.